Got the two conical antennas and one to point to get the Verizon Wi-Fi out towards this direction, and then I'll bring it in with a cable, the way I understand it. Over.
Right. Yeah, I've got broadband here, and that's working really well. On the mountaintop, though, we have cell connection. We have a modem with a cell antenna aimed at a cell site, and it's not, well, it's okay, but I can't seem to get a steady IP number out of it, so it's hard to remote things.
Okay, very good. Are those the transceiver? Can you hook it up to any amplifier? Over.
Oh yeah. Aircraft plays well, no matter what amp it is.
Okay, very good.
The two most, well, ICOM has a fancy radio, so does Kenwood. But Flex Radio and Aircraft are the two highest.
Okay, so kind of stay away from the older Aircraft then, huh?
Well, they're fabulous when they're working, but they're not being made anymore.
Will the factory still service them?
Oh, yeah. This is going to get boxed up and sent back. I was on email 3 times today, and they had me try this, that, and the other, and it was not successful, so I'm going to box it up.
K6USY.
Hey, right.
Yeah, one of my K3s, my newest K3 died, so I got to send it back.
Oh, I know. I heard. You mentioned it the other night, and I've been sitting here listening for a little bit. So it's just get in the car and drive it over there and get the 50-cent tour.
Oh, that's one idea. Gosh, I was just over there a couple of weeks ago.
They're over there. Where are they? Watsonville?
Right, Watsonville.
Okay.
Yeah, I know a couple of the guys that work over there. I talked to them on the repeater.
If one of them's going to be in this area, they could pick it up.
No, it's on a linked repeater system. They all live over there.
Oh, darn. Yeah, I talked to Doug today.
Well, that's close enough to drive, though, John.
Yeah, I got too much driving in my life.
I understand that.
Of course, and you also got to drive over there when they're open.
No regular hours?
No, I mean, like, you can just, like, drive over there on a Saturday, because there's probably not anybody there to get it, so John would have to find a time to go over there during the week.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just going to send it. I got the box.
I mean, shoot, if I had the time, I'd offer to take it over there just to get the tour.
Well, now there we're talking.
If you do that, you'll spend money.
Oh, no, definitely won't spend money. But as I said, I know a couple guys over there, and they said they give me the tour.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Well, I'm not happy that it's not working because I love this radio. But maybe that means next DX convention I'll get one of the K4s.
Well, hopefully it's something simple.
Yeah.
Hey, success.
Processor. I press buttons and they don't do what they're supposed to do. They do something else.
Oh, weird. I think Bill was in there. AA6S K6USY.
Yeah, good evening, Bill. K6MYC also.
Yeah, good evening there, Mikey. Aaron, did you get a phone call from me? I thought I left a message. Maybe it didn't go through, or maybe I didn't do it right. I was asking, wanted to know if you knew what's the best program for a logging thing, or which one do you use for that digital garbage? Go ahead.
Well, you'll get 50 billion answers, and yes, I did get that, and then I got busy, and I'm not much of a phone call person, Bill, and most of the time I don't have time to shoot a phone call back. I should have just tried to text you or something, but I use N1MM, which is more of like a contesting logger. That's just what I've been familiar with, but there is, as I said, there's 50 billion logging options out there, and half of them are free. If you ask John, I'm sure he'd give you a bunch of other, recommendations. My only one would be stay away from Ham Radio Deluxe. Ever since they went commercialized, they've been kind of racking people over the coals with renewals and terrible support. So stick with the free stuff for now. KA6USY.
Yeah, Roger. That's what my friend said. I just wanted to confirm it. And John, K6MI, AA6S, do you ever have a chance to take a picture of your power transformer?
Oh, my goodness. Okay. No, I've been out of town and forgot all about it. Sorry. I'll do that.
Excuses. That sounds like me. Well, one thing on the power transformer, I'm waiting for the second one. They told me I could keep the other one. I don't have to send it back, so I got probably a repairable spare. Anyway, yeah, it'd be neat to see how the cable, I think it's never been, somebody just took the transformer out, and I think everything just goes back in just the way the wires lay there. There's a barrier of 4 wires for the primary, and it looks like from the numbers on the transformer to the where they go to the 120, 240 hookup, that they're all predetermined where they go. Anyway, it'd be nice if you could, but when you get time, John, I haven't got the transformer yet. Anyway, K6MI and the group, AA6S number 800.
And 711 here, K6MI. I use Logic 9 for day-to-day logging, but I use WriteLog for all contests, and then I import it back into Logic 9. But I've got 65,000 QSOs in the program, so it has to be a good program.
Holy Moses, where'd you get that much time? Over to Mikey there, and I'll stand by here. AA6S, go ahead, Mike.
WB6JNC, Shaver.
Okay, hi, Shaver. We hear you're 432, by golly. Okay, we should have news stations tonight also. On 432, WA6HNA is going to be on from Groveland. Let me get 107 down here. I'm going to go through the list of who I have, and you guys tell me if I'm missing anybody or whatever. 1079, 1100, of course. 982, I think I heard in there. I heard 727, Mike. And Bill, of course. And John, K6MI. I think that's pretty much it.
432 and 1200, KM6SRR.
1040, KT6CON.
982 had you keyed up, but here I am.
Who was that?
982.
Okay. You haven't keyed yet before, then I heard somebody else that sounded like you.
That's why I said I better say something. Because there's still somebody out there.
KC5DTU, 712.
Here's Kerry.
712. Good evening, Kerry. Good evening, Adam. 1040. How are you?
Good evening. Oh, hanging in there.
Okay. Good evening, Kerry. Boy, it's winding up, isn't it, Kerry?
Good evening, Michael. I believe you're right. And hello, Bill.
Hello.
I'm pointed south tonight. I'm keeping an ear out, guys, for KB6RQU. No, Bozo 61. He should be in here tonight also. I think I'm pointed right, but I might miss him. So, Bozo 61, if you're there, pop in. Go ahead.
Did you get me, Mike? 432 and 1200, KM6SRR.
Oh, I can never hear you, 432 and 1200. I never hear you. sure, I got you.
Yeah, it's one band. I don't have any amplification, so you're going to have to live with what I got.
Oh, I can hear you. My God, you're crushing me here.
Evening, Rob.
Good evening, Daryl, and Carrie, and Mike, and Bill, and Aaron, and John. I think I got everybody.
Who did I forget, Aaron?
I think you got everybody. As long as you got John and Mike over there in Clovis and Bill, and yeah, I think you got everybody.
Okay.
I forgot to say hello to Adam and to Dane.
KJ6TYO.
Yeah, 1009. Good evening, Ron.
Good evening, Mike.
Hi, Ron.
Hey, Aaron.
You got company?
Yep, sitting right here. Hey,
Should get him a Bozo number.
Who's your company, Ron?
He probably doesn't want to talk on the radio.
Well, I don't know why not. Come on. Say something, Jeremy.
I was hitting the wrong foot switch. W6NCB, November Charlie Bravo, and my Bozo number is 625.
625. We got you, Jeremy. Good evening.
Thank you, Mike.
Hey, Jeremy, it's good to hear you.
That's good to hear all you gentlemen, too.
Last time I talked to you, it was Skip, back to your house.
What's the home QTH, Jeremy?
Sorry, Mike, I stepped out of the...
I said, what is your home QTH?
Oh, up in Alpine, Tennessee now, just north of Cookville, kind of in the Upper Cumberland.
Well, you're going to have to check in, but you'll have to do it with the chat room part of the net. I mean, part of the stream, over.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I still haven't, all my stuff's still on the ground out there, but someday I'll get it back up in the air. Maybe I'll get lucky and catch a pipeline out here to the valley.
Well, I guess there was a couple of openings yesterday on 6, and it was the West Coast, East Coast one, but you won't catch us on this band, of course, but 6 meters has been popping. I worked, well, I didn't work any distance this morning, but last night I worked 2 Idaho stations. Just right after the net, you mentioned, Aaron, that you had just worked 2 guys in New York, and I came in the house, and by the time I closed the net, it was another 20 minutes or so. And I turned east, and I called CQ over and over and over again on 50.125, got nobody. So then I kept turning I went from 90 degrees to 60 degrees to 30 degrees. And then when I got due north, all of a sudden, 3 or 4 guys came back. That was kind of fun.
So, funny thing about that, Mike, those 2 New York stations weren't in New York. I went and checked the grid squares they gave me, and one of them was in Montana, the other one was in Washington, but they both had New York call signs and New York addresses. So people must have been traveling, but it kind of ticked me off because I thought I worked New York, and I was looking at the propagation maps going, no, I couldn't have worked New York, based off of where everybody was working everybody. And then, of course, I looked up the grid, and I was highly disappointed, but that's okay. At least you worked a couple stations, K6USY. Yeah,
well, the weird part about the 2 stations that I worked, one guy was, he lives 5 miles from my grandson, Kenny, K6KJS, who's got the radio in the ICOM 705. He's got an amplifier that I gave him and puts out 1100 on 6 meters, but he didn't have an antenna up yet. He's so busy getting moved in up there in Idaho, in Athol, Idaho, that he that he hasn't got everything up in the air yet. But the guy that I talked to lives 5 miles from him. He said, I don't recognize the call. I haven't heard him on. I said, you're right, you haven't. He hasn't got anything in the air yet. He's only been on twice talking to me on 40. And so then the next guy signed with this guy. And the next guy that comes in says, I'm only I'm here down in another section of Idaho. I'm 50 miles south of your grandson. So I work 2 guys on the band in Idaho, and they're all within, spitting range of my grandson. And I thought it was kind of weird.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's the direction that the opening was going when I was looking at the map. So, and I actually monitored 6 meters remotely today, and there was nothing. So last night was pretty good.
I'm looking at the band right now, and it's I'm pointed up that way, and I can see a beacon popping away, but that's it. Okay. Well, we got quite a list here already. Let's see, is there anybody else that wants to check in? We're still waiting for Rick, KB6RQU. Rick, where are you? Last night he was Johnny on the spot, and I wasn't ready for him. Okay, well, let's see. I don't think Ron over there in the Tascadero is going to be on tonight. And I don't think Eric's quite ready to go on 432 yet, so we don't have anybody over there yet to check in from Charlie Mike 95. We'd like to get somebody on over there on 432 for the contest. That would be a good group to work over there for the contest coming up in the second weekend of September, guys. For those of you who are not paying attention, the September ARRL contest is the second weekend in September. It starts at 11 in the morning, goes to 8 o'clock on Sunday night the following day. And, of course, on that night we do not have a 2-meter net. Otherwise, I wanted to get everybody aware of it, and at least get on for a little bit and try to make some contacts. John will be up at his special contest QTH. He certainly would like to work you, get as many contacts and grid as he can squeeze in there. I'll be on my normal routine on Saturday night, trying to help people work 222, 432, and 1296. So we'll be on there, and of course I'll be piddling around on 6 and 2 meters the rest of the weekend off and on. So let's make it a good contest, guys, and try to get on as much as you can. We had 25 check-ins on 1296 the other night. I probably won't work half of that many in the contest, which is always strange to me. Anyway, who else do we have? K6MYC Bozo Net 432 beaming south.
It's 803 course gold off the back of your beam.
803 course gold. Good evening. And I don't know, you probably couldn't hear him, but Dane checked in from Shaver with a good signal. So good evening, Dane, on 432 with the little Yankees doing good there. We'll be turning around more in your direction in a little bit, Dane. Before I go any further, though, do you have anything to report, unusual activity or temperatures or anything unusual at Shaver today? Maybe he checked in and went back to dinner. The only other one we need here tonight is K6VBG. He should be out. These days Frank will get back on. Frank's behind the curve on all kinds of things right now, but he'll be back in here before too many years. Okay, I'm going to slide over towards Santa Cruz. K6MYC Bozo Net going towards Santa Cruz.
KW6S, 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 AA6S, over. Tom, I got you. You're probably not pointed at me. You're not as loud as you normally are with your Q5. KW6S, AA6S, you're probably pointed towards Mikey there. But anyway, your Q5. KW6S. I think I'm on, yeah. Well, pretty close, I think. KW6S, AA6S.
AA6S, KW6S. Yeah, it's doing real good. I moved the antenna down. There's somebody maybe local here off frequency quite a ways and kind of tearing things up over the top of you, but I think it's all going okay. Yeah, I was across the room and the antenna was pointed up towards Mike, but I heard you in good shape there. And otherwise, I'm just kind of getting ready for the NAQP contest for this weekend, and look forward to doing a little contest. AA6S, KW6S.
Yeah, Roger, Tom. Well, we'll yak for a second and then let you pick up Mikey there, and I'll try to get on and give you the wife and my points there. And on whatever bands we can find you there. KW6S, AA6S. Back to you, Tom. Go ahead.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, it's, I guess all of North America and Canada are multipliers, each of the states. And I'll probably be on all bands, but it seems like 15's been the hot one here lately to get to the East Coast, maybe the 20, and most of Canada. So I'll be spending most of my time there until it gets dark. And then maybe I'll even pick up some on 40. I need more countries on 80s, but I have all the states, so I'll have to kind of figure that out a little bit too. Just a low power contest, so I won't have a chance to get in and fight for my right to DX or anything. AA6S, KW6S, and up to K6MYC.
Okay, good evening, Tom. You probably have the antenna off of me a little bit. You're good and loud, but you're not as potent as usual. And good to hear you. And we probably should take a listen for Lee and see if he's on here this evening. Alpha Foxtrot 6 United. How about it, Lee? K6MYC?
Well, K6MYC in the group, 6 United. I am here and just bouncing around on FT8 a little bit on the platform here. So, yeah. How's everybody doing tonight?
Well, I'm expecting that something's not right on one end or the other here. Maybe I got the thing in vertical. But because you're not really loud like you have been on 432 here. But 1098, we've got you. Make another transmission, and I'll just check my polarity here, Lee. Over.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're pretty weak there too. Not your normal. Yeah, sorry, I'm a little bit distracted here by the FT8. So. Tom, I know you know, but yeah, the pinball thing, right?
I got you now.
Okay, Mike, thanks. AF6 United, back to K6MYC.
Yeah, good, very good. And Rob, if you're hearing either one of the guys, let me know, and we'll let you sneak in there and say hello. KW6S, K6MYC in the group.
I'm still pointing down towards Rick there, Mike. Thanks.
Yeah, I didn't hear Rob there, but I think you're expecting him to be able to work me, and we've done this on this band, so we should be okay. KM6SRR, KW6S.
Well, he was pointed down toward Rick in Lake Isabella, waiting for Rick to show up here, but he'll have it in your way in a minute. When you're ready, you want him to give you some chatter, Rob?
Yeah, that'd be helpful.
Yeah, a little chatter, Tom. Take it and then shoot it after 30 seconds or so over to Rob, and then he can also see if he can hear Lee. And then we'll get Mike in here as well. WA6AJ, I'm sure can hear you guys. KW6S for transmission, K6MYC.
96 is the only one we haven't done it on, and so we should be able to do it here. KM6SR, KW6S.
I doubled with you most of that. Did you get anywhere, Rob?
Yeah, I think I got him. I didn't quite go all the way to the end, but I think I got him better. How you doing, Tom? KW6S, KM6SRR.
KM6SRR, KW6S. Oh, I'm doing great, Rob. Yeah, good to hear you there. You sound cheery and in good health. I hope that's true. Yeah, I've been doing odds and ends here today and just sitting down here and looking to see who I can work that's new tonight. KM6SRR, KW6S.
Okay, good, Tom. Yep, I got you good and clean. Nothing on the S meter, but good copy. Thank you. Hey, Mike, do you think I'll be able to work, Lee?
Yes, Rob, are you hearing, well, you probably haven't tried yet, Lee over here, F6 United.
Yeah, I'll have to turn a little bit back on the rotator there. Have Lee make a transmission, and I'll see if I can get him.
Want to give it a try, Lee?
Oh, actually, I'm not hearing Rob at all tonight, which is a little bit unusual because usually I hear a whisper of him in the background, but I am not hearing Rob at all tonight. So I'm just going to hang on the side, AF6 United.
I'm sorry, guys. Hang on. Had a little crisis here. A tree limb fell across my driveway, and my worker, my chainsaw lady, my Wade Whacker lady was down here doing some late evening work in the cool, and she can't get out, so we're going to have to run the quad up to the corner here. I think she can handle it. You might show her how to ride it. I don't think she's ever driven it.
Yeah, she started it up. And
okay, well, then she's driven it. I think I did have her drive it the other day. Okay. So we got a little bit of excitement going on here in the background here. So you finished with Tom, Rob, and how about you want to try Lee now?
Yes, I was waiting for Lee to give a transmission. I was going to try to peek on him.
Okay, Lee, go ahead, make a transmission, see if Rob can find you in there.
Okay, but I think we've tried this so many times before, and it's a real good copy when I can just barely hear a whisper of him, and he can barely hear a whisper of me. I think there's a big pile of rocks in between us, so I don't hold too much hope open for any kind of very successful exchange here, but I think I've gone on long enough. AF6 United, back to the group.
Over, Rob.
Yeah, in the beginning I was hearing him, some words I could understand, but he kind of faded out on me. I don't know if you're copying me at all, Lee. AF6 United, KM6SRR.
Was that Robin there?
Oh, sorry. Over.
Hi, Jim. Yeah, I'm pointing at east, so I'm getting you on some backscatter or something. It's pretty good shape, too.
Yeah, copy. You got getting me on some backscatter. Well, at least that's one way of making it, huh?
Where's Tom? Somebody else talking in the background as well. Lee, Rob did hear you, and you heard Lee, but you just didn't quite make it. Let's try it one more time. Rob, just give him one short call. Let's see if he can hear you. Go ahead, Rob.
Lee, AF6 United, KM6SRR, DMO7, over.
I did hear the other station that was out there talking to Tom.
Well, that's the problem. He's got local QRM, Rob. Who was the other station that was checking in? I didn't get him. It's not loud enough here, Tom. Relay him.
Working, while we're pointed at you, Mike, we're also working PQL quite easily. So, I think we all added to the confusion. K6MYC, KW6S, trying to unconfuse.
Okay. Very good. Well, we can let this go tonight. Yeah. Okay, I could hear the PQL in there, but not enough to read. I didn't know who you were talking to there. No worries, Lee. Thank you for getting in here, and you'll make it. You can be sure of that. You could have made it if you'd stayed with Rob long enough this evening. You guys were hearing each other, and it's almost as good as a contact. So by the time contest comes, if anybody makes any improvements at all, you'll have it easily. All right. Let me see. Let me go on up into the Bay Area. You're in a completely different direction for me tonight, Lee, than I'm copying Tom. Tom, I've got to go very south at 272, and you're up in the 280s. I can hardly hear you at 272. So very strange path on 432 this evening. Back to you, Lee, and then over to Tom, and we'll go to the Bay Area. AF6 United 73 K6MYC.
Yeah, okay. Very quickly, I did hear Jim, TQL. I forget the prefix of his call sign there, and I don't have any of my paperwork in front of me. So sorry about that, Jim. But yeah, I could copy you quite well, even though you're off the side of the beam. So yeah, that was very good copy. Anyway, K6MYC, KM6SRR, KW6S, and I'm sorry, K6PQL, I think it is, AF6 United. Back to the group.
W.
AF6 United, AF6U, AA6S, Lee, Able, 6 Sugar.
Oh, Roger there, Bill. I think it's Bill, AA6S. I've got you loud and clear. QSL, loud and clear. You might have to pull your beam over a little bit this way. You're Q5, but you're better when you're pointed at me. Just wanted to say you're coming into Visalia. And I did hear PQL in there, too. AF6U, AF6 United. Back to Lee, and I'll stand by here. AA6S, over. All right, AA6S, AF6 United. I swung the antenna a little bit further south, about another 10, 20 degrees there, and wondering if that made any improvements there for you. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, that brought it up a lot. These antennas are pretty directional. And Q5, no problem, Lee. AF6 United, AA6S. Go ahead, Lee. Over.
Roger there, Bill. Yeah, very good copy on you. I've had several good shows with you there in the past couple of weeks, and yeah, I do think we have a good path between us there. I think that pile of rocks is a little bit further north, and I think that's why it interferes with me getting to Rob. I think he's up in Portsmouth. So yeah, that does seem to be a bit of a problem, and I'm hoping to get my antenna up a little bit higher here coming up in the future. Hopefully sometime before the winter comes along.
Mike, AAJ, are you copying, Lee?
AA6S from AF6 United. I will turn it back to you and then back to the group.
Okay, I'll pick it up quickly, Lee. Let me see if WA6AAJ. Mike, are you here? You want to work, Lee?
Yeah, I was just waiting for the exchange. AF6 United, WA6AAJ. Hello, Lee.
Roger. I think that's Aaron, WA6AAJ. Yeah, I always have a really good copy on you. You're like S5 or something like that coming in here. So it's always a very, very, very strong copy from you. AF6 United.
Roger, Lee. Yeah, the handle here is Mike. Mike and Clovis. Got a good path as usual. You're about S5 as well. AF6U, WA6AJ.
Sorry there, Mike. Like I said, I don't have any of my paperwork in front of me, so I get all of these calls on both numbers up. So anyway, my apologies. Anyway, thanks. AA6J. All right, I'm going to shut up here. AF6 United, that's the net.
Okay, very good. Good contact. And you're way down, but you're still pointed down toward Visalia there, so no problem. All right, I'm going to look into the Bay Area. 73s, guys, we'll see you Sunday night. Because 73 said KW6S, AF6 United, K6MYC going toward San Jose and other places in the Bay Area. Anybody copy before I move the antenna? Go ahead.
Mike, AA6S. Rick broke in. Rick, RQU is in there.
Okay, well, pick him up. Tell him that we've got him too late here. I'm not going to swing back. Rob could go back down if he wants.
Yeah, I'll move my antenna over there. He was loud on the back side. KB6RQU. I got my antenna coming around, Rick. KB6RQU. Got a long ways to go here. KB6RQU, KB6RQU, AA6S, Label 6 Sugar. Go ahead, Rick, over.
Sure, Rick, we got you. KB6RQU, KM6SRR. We got you down. You're present and accounted for, huh?
No problem. 73s, I could hear you good on the back of the antenna. You were loud. Not much difference pointed at you. I don't know what's going on. I might not be right on you. Anyway, 73s, Rick, and I'll get out of here so I don't bother anybody. KB6RQU, AA6S.
'73 Rick, KB6RQU, KM6SR. Go ahead, Mike.
Okay, a little cleanup on our tree limb down here. We got it squared away now. And my weed whacker lady could get home and go home and get some dinner. All right. I missed just a little bit of the last part. K6MYC, who was talking?
We had Rick in there, Mike, and then Bill and I talked to him, KM6SRR.
Okay, good. He's checked in, then I'll continue on with the Bay Area. If it's okay, tell Rick I'm sorry we missed him.
Yep, I think Rick, Mike says sorry missed you. He's over in the Bay Area. I think he was going to QRT, Mike. Go ahead.
Okay, very good. Now let's try Bay Area. Who's copying me? And I'll start to move the antenna more into the Bay Area. QRZ 432 Bozo Net. Go ahead, K6MYC.
N5MPD 1129.
WA6AXX, no traffic.
Okay, two good strong signals right off the bat, AXX and NPB. Good evening, Brett. Go ahead and take one. N5NPD and Gustine Newman area, K6MYC.
Well, good evening, Mike. Yeah, no Newscomb, no Newsom, Newman. You get to be a new man in Newman, not Newsom. Yeah. Well, I hope everything's going good for you over there. It's I don't know. I got corn behind me, so it's humid outside. Over.
Yeah, it cooled a little bit today. It was in the low 90s, so it wasn't quite as bad as yesterday. I didn't do much outside. I worked for a couple of hours, and then I went in the pool, and that was about it. Had a funny day here. Oh, you're doing good, though. Thanks for checking in. And we've got people waiting in the Bay Area, and I'm running late. We have already got about 20 people checked in, so we're going to have a big night here on 432, Brett. Good evening to you, my friend. Thanks for going out to the shack and wasting your time with us. Quick check-in. Aye. N5NPD, K6MYC.
All right, Mike, we'll see you.
Thank you, Brett. Over to you, Ed, WA6AXX773. Go ahead.
Yeah, no traffic here, nothing going on, just playing around. Been playing around with AI Claude generating software for me, so it's really fun. But I know you're busy tonight, so back to you. K6MYC, WA6AXX.
Yeah, really good. Quad for what, band 6?
No. I'm developing software with Claude, the AI from Anthropic. Go ahead.
Well, that's the name of the software, Quad?
Claude, Charlie, Lima, Alpha, Uniform, Delta.
Oh, like the name Claude.
We gotta have names.
I guess so. Okay. Very good. Well, you sound like you're busy there. I'll get to it. We got lots of things happening here, along with some excitement with the tree falling down in the driveway, keeping my worker from going home. What a day. Anyway, 7-3. It's so humid over here. The trees are just pumping up with moisture like crazy, and the limbs are breaking because the leaves are so full and the acorns are full, and it's just breaking limbs all over the place. Really a strange way, but no wind, just water in the trees. WA6AXX73, K6MYC for your final.
Very good, 7-3. Fred is in there if you have trouble hearing him.
I'm sure I hear Fred now. I got the antenna more in the area. Go ahead, Fred, take one and I'll pick you up. K6MYC to KD6S, okay.
Okay, well, I heard yesterday your thoughts, and anyway, good evening, Ed. Yeah, so
to start to cool off. Maybe it's going to be warmer tomorrow, but it wasn't a bad day here. So anyway, it's almost the end of the week. Back to you, Mike.
Okay, good. I picked up on you a little bit there. Good signal. Missed the first part of it because I had I didn't have the volume up loud enough. And this Bluetooth that I have, if I don't have the volume up loud enough going and signal and going into the Bluetooth, it just shuts off. So it shut off for the first 5 seconds of your transmission. Fred, go again.
Okay. Do you ever turn on the Bluetooth before you do the net, or you just put them in or turn it on as you're doing the net?
You broke up, and I didn't get all of that. Something about how I turn the Bluetooth on. The Bluetooth runs all the time. I just move the input from the Bluetooth from one radio to another. And when I move it over, this is the earlier Bluetooth box. The older ones, no, I guess they're both the same. A newer version from another manufacturer I had here for a test. I didn't like the hearing aids, but their Bluetooth box worked better and didn't seem to be so sensitive to input level. This one, if you don't get the input level up to a certain point, it just shuts off. It says, you're listening too weak, you don't want to hear this, bye.
Okay, so you're talking about radios for the Bluetooth, not UHF radios, correct?
I'm talking about what?
You're talking about Bluetooth radios, but not the UHF radio, correct?
Yeah, it's just a matter of getting enough audio from the. I had turned it down slightly because Judy was talking to me and giving me a rundown on the broken limb up in the driveway, and I didn't turn it up loud enough, and the Bluetooth said, "Oh, there's no audio there," so it shut off. Over.
Okay, all right, I guess I understand. All right, well, good for you. So hopefully the limb isn't too big.
Yeah, I don't know why the Bluetooth is so sensitive to input level. And I guess I should go back to the Bluetooth manufacturer and ask them if there's some way to make it so it's not so sensitive or send it up so it's more sensitive to input level. I'd like to be able to listen without the things blaring in my hearing aids. But in order to hear it properly and keep it on, I have to run it quite loud, and it's just on the verge of being annoying. I should fix that, but I'm too lazy. All right, that's the story, Fred. Good evening, and I hope you have a good weekend there. Don't forget about the contest coming up in the second week of September. It's the September ARRL VHF contest. Same rules as all years past. Starts at 11 on Saturday, goes to 8 o'clock on Sunday night. And, of course, on that night, we do not have a 2-meter net, which you don't check into anyway. I will be doing my normal thing on Saturday night. I'll get on 222, 432, and 1296. And put what order we do it in, I don't know yet. But we'll probably put 1296 maybe at the beginning of it this time and do 222nd. And then 432 last. That might be the right way to do it. Seems like the conditions on 1296 are better earlier, Fred. Over.
Okay. Yeah, I'll monitor it then. Okay. Sounds good, Mike. Step 3.
All right. 7-3.
KB6PA.
Yeah. Good evening, Oliver. KB6PA. Good signal from you. And you've got the reminder on the net on the contest. I think you'll probably be doing microwave. You won't be on the low frequencies, will you?
Yeah, that's most likely. Matter of fact, this Saturday and Sundays are one of 2 big operating weekends of the year, and I'm going to be up in Mount Baca trying to talk to Southern California. So I missed Sunday check-ins.
You're going to miss Sunday?
Yeah, I'm going to be in the San Joaquin Valley until late Sunday, and I won't get back in time.
Yeah, QSL, no problem. There's a station up on Vaca right now. I worked him this morning on 6 meters, K6V, VDP or something. I got it written down here, but I can't read it. Anyway, he's up there playing 6 meters this weekend. You may run into him, but I guess I don't know if he's going to stay up there the whole weekend or what he's doing. Anyway, he's making quite a nice signal on 6 meters. And stirred up quite a bit of activity for the phone guys on 125. Thank you, and back to you, Oliver. And we'll see you when we see you, I guess. KB6PA, K6MYC.
Yeah, roger that. September, I'm going to try to be up at Fraser Mountain and the Grapevine, same second half of the aerial contest. But in between, I'll be traveling to New Mexico to see my sister and brother-in-law leaving next Tuesday. So I'm going to be out of action after tonight until Labor Day weekend. Don't know whether I'll make Sunday that weekend or not, but certainly Tuesday I'll be on.
Okay, well, we'll know that why you're not here at least. We'll miss you. But good evening to you and have a nice time down there in New Mexico for up until Labor Day. KB6BA, K6MYC. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And 73's all KB6BA.
Okay, who else do we have? How about, let's try for WB6JNN. You guys give me a hand with JNN, would you? WB6JNN, go ahead.
B6KL1.
Okay, can you hear Jim, Russ?
Negative.
Okay, why don't you call him? Because he has trouble with me for some reason on 432. Go ahead.
Okay, the B6JNN, T6KLY, you on here? No response.
Okay, he's been disappointed with 432, and he says, you and I always have trouble. Yeah, I said, but check in anyway. We need your check-in, number one, and I'll see if I can find a reason that we aren't copying you, and maybe I can move the antenna to a different location, or you can try a bounce off of Umanum or something. Over. I thought he would be here.
No, he's not here.
Okay, boy, you're awake. Where are you pointed?
It should be pointed right at you here. But yeah, things have been very weak tonight. I cannot even hardly detect you using
Hello, W6PQL.
Yep, I was moving the antenna, Russ, when you quit. Good evening, Jim. W6PQL, big signal. Yeah, I guess you were talking with the guys in Santa Cruz. That was good. W6PQL with K6KLY. I went back and forth on you, Russ, but I couldn't find any better peak than here. But let's let Jim have it, and then Jim can shoot it over to you. Go ahead, Jim. PQL, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, it's up and down. I think you probably passed me with the antenna. A little bit further south was where I was hearing even better. It's pretty weak here. Anyway, I'm able to copy Lee and Tom over here as long as I point at them, even though they're pointed at you. They're doing pretty well. Lee in particular gets a pretty strong signal when he's pointed over there toward Visalia, working that station. By the way, I can probably work in the past there. All those guys got to do down there is point up this way and then score a couple of the area contacts. I can certainly get to them. I don't know if they've got power, but not even low power won't work if they won't point up here. So perhaps you can put a bug in your ear. K6MYC, W6PQL.
Which guys down south?
I think you've got 2 or 3 in Atascadero, don't you?
Nobody in Atascadero on 432. There's 2 or 3. 2 guys regular in Atascadero. One very regular, and the other one has to drive to a hilltop. He hasn't got his home station working good yet. But W6QUI in Atascadero has 1296 and 2 meters, and it doesn't ever get on 432. Over.
Okay, well, that's fine. I've got the other bands too. We used to work W6.
Kilo 6, Victor Bravo Golf 971.
Hear you, Dave. Thank you.
On. And I'm pretty sure I work him on 1296 as well as 2 meters. And possibly even 220. I can't remember about 220, but I know 2 and 1296 for sure. All righty, that's all I was going to pass along.
Yeah, well, I'm pointed at 300 degrees on the controller here, but this is where you peak. I went back and forth on you twice that time on your previous 2 transmissions, and you drop off the further I go away from this heading. So it maybe is out of calibration by 10 degrees. I should be at 288 for you, and I'm clear up at 300. So I could be off 10 or 12 degrees here for some reason. Or it could be just skewed. It was funny because Tom from Santa Cruz is coming in at 272, and I had to go to 282 to hear Lee, and they're almost normally the same path. Over.
Yeah, that's really strange, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that's what drives me crazy. You know, I'm thinking it's half the time it's the antenna calibration, but most of the time it's not. It's just the path. Over.
Well, nothing you can do about that. The path is the path.
That's right. We got to live with what we get from Mother Nature. She keeps stirring the pot and making the stream go in different directions. Okay, let's shoot it back over to Russ. Thanks for checking in. How was your golf game?
Pretty good. It was 92, but it was a very long course, and I don't hit it real long anymore. Used to hit I've lost 30 yards on just about all the clubs. I'm getting to be that age, you know.
Oh yeah, a whiffer. Okay, not bad though. I can't even break 100 last time I played, so you're doing good. You're a good golfer. You'd be smoking us. Anyway, good evening, Jim. Have a good weekend. Enjoy, and we'll see you Sunday night. W6PQL, K6MYC.
Anyway, 7-3.
Okay, Russ, if you're still there, you might want to try for KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie or anybody else that I'm not hearing in the Bay Area. Over. K6KLY. Well, now I've lost everybody. Anybody else left in the Bay Area? K6MYC Bozo Net 432. Okay, let me go about 10 degrees and see if I can hear Ken and 6RO, K6MYC. N6RO, K6MYC. Well, we got too late and he's in the middle of a Zoom meeting. Must be after 8 o'clock. I think he starts his Zoom at 8:30, but he should be in here. One call more. When N6RO, K6MYC. Well, he'll pop back in here. Anybody else while I'm pointed in this direction for the Bozo Net, K6MYC? Check-ins, please.
Whiskey Victor Lima.
WVL, KD6WVL. Good evening, John. Go ahead.
Yeah, I got it working finally here. Yeah, you really boomed in here when you changed the antenna direction. Sounding good tonight, 1179.
Are you 1079 or 1179?
1179.
Yeah, I've been writing 11. But when you said it that time, I thought I heard you say 10. Okay, good. Oh, you're doing fine. And I could probably peek on you. In fact, if you make a little bit longer transmission, remind me now what you have. I know what you did. You got an adapter so you could get into the FT247. But what do you got up for an antenna and how high, John, over?
Okay, Mike, I've got a 1 HO loop. 1 HO loop, probably up maybe 30 feet.
Oh, that's really good. Then you're doing well. Keep talking.
Okay, yeah, I probably could use another one. I could probably use a beam. But I'd have to go up on the roof, high. Yeah, you're sounding good tonight. 86 WVO.
No, you're doing very fine. The little single hole loop will get you enough to check in, and you'd probably hear some other people. You certainly would hear Ken off the back if he was here. Did you hear anybody else as I was coming up your way?
Well, you know, before the net, I heard Visalia. They came in pretty good.
Yeah, that's Alpha 6 Sugar Bill down there in Visalia. He runs power. He's running about 800 watts. So you may not get back to him, but at least you know what the potential is there. Over.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, he was coming through pretty good. I couldn't remember the call. But, yeah, I was surprised to get that extra 50 miles.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's another one down there, but he doesn't run much power in Lake Isabella. That would be DMO5. If he had more power, you would hear him. If you had more antenna and higher. You need more antenna on this band. In fact, we can talk if you want. I've got some weird floater 432 antennas around. Maybe they're bigger than you want. They're about 30 feet long. They're cross-polarized for 432. Over.
Well, okay. Well, there's an idea. I'll kind of think about that. Thanks, Mike.
Okay. I had an array of 4 of them up, but I've just got 2 of them up right now. That's what we're talking to you on. I've got the other 2 are on the roof, but they're not doing anybody any good. If somebody didn't mind putting up a 30-foot 432 Yagi, they play like hell, obviously.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure. That'll match my 2M5WL.
Absolutely.
And 6RO.
There he is. Got you just before the Zoom meeting. Good evening, Ken. Hang on a second, John. Go ahead, Ken. And you might give John a report there. He's running a whole loop and about 50 watts, I think, from Modesto there. Good signal down here from Modesto with his 432 whole loop. That's just a 3.5-inch square loop. God, it's amazing that it even does anything, isn't it? N6RO, K6MYC.
K6MYC, N6RO. Bozo 835. Temperature high was 9083, and dinner was the chicken Caesar salad. And yes, I hear John very well. He's pushing the meter to about S6, and you're about S7 to 8. So pretty good band conditions tonight. Getting ready to set up for a contest this weekend. The North American QSO Party single sideband. So there's always something on the weekends. And 6RO.
Yeah, isn't that a QRP one also? Nobody can run more than 100 watts. Isn't that the rule?
Yeah, you can run 100 watts or QRP, 5 watts.
Yeah, okay. That should be interesting.
Oh, yeah. We always do it. Usually we have a multi-2, which we're going to do, but this one is going to be with 2 operators instead of the normal 3 or 4 or 5.
Okay. The only thing that bothers me about those QRP, not QRP, but low power, is that guys can run high power and then they could cheat. Nobody cheats, do they?
If everybody does it, everything is equal.
If everybody cheats, you mean?
No, everybody runs 100.
Yeah, well, let's hope they do. You can usually make the same contacts, and there's less Q or Mary, that's for sure. Okay, go back to your Zoom meeting. Thanks for checking in. We'll see you Sunday night if you can muster the strength. Over.
Oh, I will, because I'm not operating. I'm just monitoring the contest and resetting things if need be. Okay, see you on Sunday. Thanks for letting me in early. N6RO.
Oh, I passed you already. I had called you, but you weren't there. I was trying to get here. I got you at 8:15. All right, 7-3, Ken. Back to you, John. KD6 Whiskey Victor Lima for your wrap-up, K6MYC.
Double with Ken, Mike.
I'm sorry. KD6 Whiskey Victor Lima. Go ahead, John, if you're there.
Sorry, I'm still here. You and Ken doubled there for a second. I think he was signing off. Yeah, it sounded good. I'm enjoying this. I still need to go up on the roof at 6 meters. I listened to a couple stations last night and was chomping at the bit, but the rest of the yard's still too hard.
Yeah, I worked 2 guys in Idaho right after the net last night. Over.
I heard the guy TNT in Wyoming really loud. He was all over the place.
Yeah, that's one of them. Well, in Wyoming, I didn't hear. No, I worked 2 of guys in Idaho. One was K6, and the other one was a KN7BT, I think, Kilo November 7 Bravo Tango, 300 watts and a quad loop or a quad antenna. But both had great signals and very steady, so we had nice chats. Strangely enough, they live, both of them, within 50 miles of where my grandson lives there in Idaho. Over.
Oh, that's something, huh? Yeah, this guy was in Delta Nancy 74, K7TNT.
Yeah, he was probably loud for you. Okay, we'll let you go. And we'll see you on Sunday night, John. KD6 Whiskey Victor Lima, 1179, K6MYC.
Thanks for the check-in, 7-3.
7-3. Okay, I'm going up towards Sacramento here. KJ6KFB, are you copying me, Darren?
Sure thing, Mike. Kilo Juliet 6, Kilo Foxtrot Bravo 756. Good evening, Mike. K6MYC, back to you.
Yeah, good signal. Must have got it pretty close to you there. KJ6KFB, K6MYC. Sounds good. And a pleasure to hear you in here. You might stick around and see if you can hear WA6HNA in Groveland. He's coming on for the first time with a little FT100. That one is going to be belong to Phil, WB6GGY in Twainhart, but Greg usually does a lot of his work for Phil because Phil's blind like me. So he's checking out this thing, and it's his first night on the air with it. So he's going to be running about 15 watts and a little Yagi from Groveland there. So you might keep an ear out for WA6HNA. He should be in here any minute.
Okay, and that would be about your same direction, correct?
No, Groveland is up behind you. Pine Grove, Groveland, that area.
Oh, we got to turn around. Okay. Yeah, we could spin around and see what we find up there.
Well, if you hear me working them, then you can go looking for him.
There you go. That's probably the best way to play it. Okay, I know there's more waiting, so I'll let you get moving right along. KJ6, KFB.
Okay.
Good evening, Mike.
Yeah, good evening, and good to hear you in here. How's the wife doing? Is she okay now?
Oh, yeah. She's almost back to normal. Normal grouchiness, of course, but no, she's moving around much better the last couple of days here.
Very good. Well, that's good to hear. Normal is as good as it gets, I guess. They get back to where they're semi grouchy. They got enough energy to be grouchy. You're doing pretty good. 773 K6MYC up to KO6KD. KO6KD K6MYC.
Yeah, good evening, Mike, and everybody else on the net. You were Darren than you are to me. You're not nearly as loud to me as apparently you were to Darren. But anyway, good evening, Mike, and sorry I was not there this morning. Honest to goodness, I will try to be there tomorrow. It's just an odd situation here where I'm with my sleep habits being what they are, so I won't waste any more time because you may not be hearing me. But at any rate, this is Kilo Oscar 6 Kilo Delta Bozo 776 Charlie Mike 98, where the temperature today, the high temp today was 95 and it's currently 86 degrees outside. So anyway, that's it. That's all I got here. And I know John's waiting in the wings as well. So anyway, if you're copying, back to you, Mike KO6KD.
Yeah, I'm copying. You got real weak at the end there, but I copied everything 100%. Find on your 95 degrees temperature today. We were about the same. It did not get to 100, and it's a good thing. I didn't want it to be 100, but it got nice and warm and toasty. I went in the pool and cooled off about 3 o'clock, so that was nice. Otherwise, it was very sweaty, 45% humidity, man. And everything I did outside, I was sweating today. At 45%, it's really sweaty here. And it felt hotter than it really was. You didn't miss much this morning. Bob was not there. Mark was there, and Phil was there, but that's all, just Mark and Phil. So you didn't miss much. We didn't get into anything. Mark took a shortcut to get back to work out there, and Phil was doing other things also. So we were all distracted a little bit. Got a little bit of politics under the wing, but that's not much. Tomorrow Bob should be in, but I won't be here very long. I'll be leaving the house about 9, so probably between 8:30 and 9 I'll be in for maybe 10 minutes, and that'll be it. I have a bunch of, eye doctor appointment and a hearing aid appointment, and then I got to go to Harbor Freight tomorrow. So I'll be back home about 2 or 3 in the afternoon, but I'll miss everybody in the morning. We'll see you Saturday for sure. KO6KD, K6MYC, over.
Okay, copy 100%, Mike, copy 100%. All right, very good. Well, then I didn't miss much, but like it'll be a short morning tomorrow. But at any rate, I look forward to chatting with you folks. So anyway, good evening, 7-3, and I heard what you said about Greg and the 432 setup for Phil. So I'm quite interested to hear how that's going to work out. Okay, 7-3, I'm out of here, and I'll let you get on with the net. We'll catch you later. K6MYC from KO6KD, 7-3.
Okay, well, I should be pointed pretty close to the right heading for Greg, so let's see if he's in there. WA6HNA, make a call for 30 seconds or so, Greg, if you're in there, and so I can peek on you if I can find you. WA6HNA, K6MYC, over. I heard something, but you didn't stay on very long. It might not have been you. It might have been somebody else. But I could never get anybody, any identification there. So make a longer call if you would. I did get a chance to sweep back and forth, but I don't think you gave me a chance to get the peek on you. Try it again. Try it again. WA6HNA, K6MYC, over. Somebody else say over as well. That must be John in there. I copied nothing, but I could tell you were in there the whole time, and I got piece of your call. I heard you say WA6H, and then it faded. So it's very, very light, but terrible conditions tonight. Bill is very weak. Everybody is very weak on 432 up your way. So don't feel bad. I think it's working. And Phil will probably do just fine. I wish it had a little bit more power, but I know you're looking for an amplifier, a Mirage D1010 or something, or F Concepts with a similar letter, Delta D1010 is a 432 amp on those brands. So anything that starts with a D for Delta is probably good. They take typically 10 watts in, so you're okay there. All right, one more try. Let's see if it comes up at all. WA6HNA, and I did sweep back and forth, but I just can't find anything specific or consistent. I could also switch to vertical, but I didn't have a try at that. Try the vertical. I'll try going vertical and see what happens. WA6HNA, K6MYC, over.
Kilo 6 Whiskey India Sugar.
I hear you, Paul. Can you hear HNA?
Negative. Groveland is in the same direction as you. You peaked to 5x7. You came up from like a 0x3 or 3x0 up to 5x7, over.
Yeah, okay. Well, you're pretty good copy. I'm not sure I'm peaked on you. I just left it where I peaked, where I'm hearing him. He said for me, I'm about 333. I should be pointed at 333. I'm a little bit above that, but this is not necessarily a calibrated system at this point. I keep losing pulses or something. Anyway, good signal. Do you have anybody else to report in tonight, or are you all alone? And I guess we'll see you Sunday night. K6 Whiskey India Sugar near Placerville, K6MYC. Okay, I heard you say 5 and 9 and then probably dropped right into the noise. You came back and you were very weak, just barely readable. So massive QSB tonight. Very heavy QSB here, Paul. I won't keep it, but try it one more time and see if I can get a peek on you. K6 Whiskey India Sugar, K6 MYC. Maybe it's you, John. Try it, John. I just got the antenna back where it should be there. KR6MR, or whoever's talking just a moment ago, go ahead again. This is K6MYC. Now I find you. Go ahead.
This is KR6MR, Bozo 759. KR6MR, Bozo 759. Have you found a peak yet? Over.
Yeah, we got you. I found you. Boy, conditions are very poor tonight. I have to be pointed right at you guys perfectly. And everything seems to be offset by 10 or 15 degrees, so I'm not sure whether it's a programmed error in the controller, a controller error, or whether it's the band. But I found you. Good evening to you, John. I wish it was better, but boy, it's really terrible. Everything went in the tank here about 10 minutes ago. Everybody got really, really weak. Except for the last one that was strong was KJ6 KFB, and everybody else after that was in the tank. KR6MR 759 K6MYC.
Yeah, you're coming up a little bit now, Mike. A little easier to copy. Not much going on here. The high today was all of 92. It's currently 77, and looking pretty nice tonight. Over.
Yeah, that's perfect temperature there. Did you ever hear anything from WA6HNA? Over.
Negative. I did listen.
I'm sorry. Say it again.
Negative. I did listen. Over.
Okay, very good. I heard him in there. I heard somebody. I don't think it was you. I heard HNA or HN WA6H, and I'm sure that was Greg there, but just too weak, and everybody's weak. So the band just isn't giving us any performance characteristics that we need tonight. It was earlier. It was just the other way. Everybody was hearing everybody. And then it just swapped, and everybody just went down in the toilet. 7-3, John. 7-3. Thanks for coming up the stairs and calling in here. Good to hear you. And we'll see you Sunday night. Hopefully things will be okay on 6. And keep an eye on 6. It's been opening a little bit every day. So keep an eye on 6 if you're so inclined. Mostly north-south stuff. Both Albuquerque, New Mexico, and also up into Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, probably up into VE6, so you never know. 7-3, KR6MR, K6MYC. Back down to Q3, 73, John, KR6MR, K6MYC. How about Redding? I don't think I'll have any chance at Redding, but Redding. Give me some CW. CW from Redding. KD6SW, K6MYC. Redding. Over. I didn't think so. Okay, Nevada, here we go. Okay, here we are up to Nevada. Let's see what we got here. KD6BQ, how about you, Richard? KD6BQ. K6MYC, over. How about you, Daniel? KE7UQL, KE7UQL, K6MYC. Oh, he said he was not going to be here tonight. So it's just you, Richard, or maybe Larry. N7 Whiskey Tango or KD6BQ, K6MYC. Over, over. Roger. Got your 249. Roger. 249. Good evening. Very, very light. Very poor conditions tonight, Richard. Very poor conditions, but thanks for checking in. Got your 249. KD6BQ 249, K6MYC 73. Roger, thank you. Bye-bye, 73. Q5 copy on CW. Okay. N7 Whiskey Tango, N7WT. How about you, Larry? N7WT, K6MYC, calling and listening. Okay, nothing heard. I guess that's it. 73, Richard, 73. I think we're done, Rob.
Okay, Mike. Do we have anybody down south?
Well, we should have had W6HNE, W6, for heaven's sake, Papa Echo, W6PE, but I haven't heard him for 3 or 4 days now, so I'm not sure if he's gone or taking a break or just tired of checking in. I don't think we got anybody that you didn't get. You got Rick down south, and that was about it.
Yep, Roger. I've got 33 tonight so far.
Oh, that's phenomenal for 432. Really a good night. That was, we only had, 32 on 2 meters yet, 34 on 2 meters yesterday. Oh, 35, I guess, at the end. Okay. Well, Aaron, if you're still in there, 7-3, and we'll catch up with you guys over the weekend somewhere, probably Sunday night, if not sooner. And of course, we'll be on 40 meters Saturday and Sunday morning. If you got some time, you can pop in and say hi there on 40 meters. K6USY. KM6SRR, K6MYC, clear with the Bozo Net on 432 from Delta Mike 07, and we'll be monitoring for a few moments here, over.
Is Aaron in there, Mike? I'm not hearing him.
I don't hear Aaron.
Okay, it gives me a chance to ask you a quick question then. You're talking about a Mirage amp. What was the model on that?
For 432, D1010.
Okay, how many watts does that put out?
About 110.
Okay, that's not very much of a jump from where normally I'm at.
Well, what do you have now? You got 25 or 50?
I thought it was 70. Let me look.
Oh, on the 9700, it is 70, yeah. No, you really got to get into something major, tube amp or something. There are solid-state amps, but I just don't know who makes them. PQL should make a 500 watter, but he doesn't.
Yeah, he's got a smaller one over there, and I wanted to go a little bigger. I know Bill and Mike have like 800, and that's what I was hoping for.
Yeah. Well, that's what I have here. It works very well.
Is it solid state or tube?
No, it's a PQL, solid state.
Okay, so he quit making them, huh?
No, I think he's still making those.
Well, last time I talked to him, I thought he said the biggest he could go was 400 or 500, I think.
No, I don't think so. I think he still makes this 800er. It's a single device, so it's not a magic thing.
Okay, well, I'll have to get in touch with him again.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I had a question for Aaron, but if he's not around, I guess I will have to go.
I don't think he's out mowing the lawn, but maybe he's doing something, putting the kids to bed or something.
Or doing dishes.
Oh, isn't that a woman's chore?
Careful, Mike.
I know.
He helps out with all kinds of stuff.
I know. On the one hand, they want to tell you what their duties are and what they're good at and what they want and stay out of the kitchen and all that. And then you say something like that, and then they're offended. Get in the kitchen, woman. Okay.
No comment, Mike. I can tell you're fine solo tonight, huh?
Yeah. I'm a what? Fine fellow?
Yeah, flying solo.
Oh no, she's not in the room with me here. We had a tree branch fall down. Amanda came down to do some weed eating late in the day, and she finished up here halfway through the net, and then she got stuck because a branch had fallen. It was up when she came in, and it was down when the bridge fell down. branch, and so she couldn't get back out. So she had to take the quad up there with the chainsaws and cut her way out through the tree branches that were across the driveway over.
Yeah, roger on that. Was that an oak tree? I didn't know you had any oak trees up that way.
Yeah, one of those big multi-stems right at the entrance. You know, it's on the right as you drive in.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's uphill a little bit. Okay.
Yeah, one had already broken earlier, about a month and a half ago. And I had stripped it, but we haven't parted it out yet. So another limb next to it also let go. I'm finding what's happening is every day I'm having to trim my oak trees. As I walk underneath them, I try to keep them so I can walk under and they don't hook on my hat and stuff. So I keep trimming them up 6 or 8 inches. And a couple of weeks later, they're down again. So the trees are just loaded with moisture. Yeah, it's probably because of the 45% humidity we had today, over.
Yep, I've got a lot of them that dried up.
Well, mine didn't dry up, man. They soaking up moisture from somewhere because the tree limbs are really heavy and really, they're not juicy, but the leaves are full. And again, the leaves are drooping. Everything is drooping, and I keep trimming them up, and they keep coming down. So that must be heavy. I know they got a lot of acorns on my limbs. When I got one on the ground here in the backyard, I had acorns all over the place. So that's part of it as well. All right, I'm out of here. Go take a break and go see if I can get some batteries on charge. They ran all the batteries dry, cutting themselves out of here a few minutes ago.
Okay, Mike, sounds good. K6NYC, KM6SR, 73.
73, Rob, best of Candy there in the background. We'll see you Sunday night, if not sooner.
Roger, 73.
Oh, there's a club meeting tomorrow night, isn't there?
K6USY.
There you are. There's a club meeting tomorrow night, isn't there?
That was last week.
Oh, okay. Forget that.
Yeah, I was out putting the trash cans out because tomorrow's trash day down here.
I've just got a question for you. I'll be monitoring.
Okay, Mike. We'll catch you see Sunday night. K6USY. Go ahead, Rob.
Hey, my Pi Star and stuff came in today, so I put it together, but where do I go from here?
Oh, your Raspberry Pi?
Yeah, little Raspberry Pi. It's not like the other Raspberry Pis I've got. It's a very small board.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be that big. And then when you get did you get the radio board for it too already?
Yep, got it all inside the case.
Yeah, so that's the nice thing about it. It makes it nice and compact. Well, now we need to find a time for me to get your SD card programmed and get the node set up for you.
Okay, yeah, I plugged the SD card in. I think you plug it in with the contacts facing down.
That is correct.
Yeah, facing towards the board. Okay, well, I'll have to pull that out then, I guess. And let's see, I just need to get they gave me a little short cord for powering it, but there's two jacks on the side that are identical. Which one do you use?
Well, yeah, they're both USB Mini. Technically, you can feed power into either one, but the one nearest, the one nearest the edge is the dedicated power, and the other one is if you wanted to plug in any other USB peripherals, but of course you need an adapter for that, but you're not going to need that. And then the other bigger connector is a mini HDMI, so if you ever need to like plug it into a monitor, which of course you're not going to need to do, but that's what that other connector is for.
Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, I had fun getting it together there. There's no instructions at all, so I had to kind of logic it together.
Yeah, and once you get the case put together, as I'm sure you discovered, you basically never want to open it up again.
Yeah, I did once because I didn't see a spot for the card, and they got it open, then I saw the spot. But yeah, it's kind of hard to open up. You got to be very careful.
Yeah, but that's one of the things I like about it. It's pretty robust. You know, if it gets knocked off a counter or something, it should be relatively okay. I mean, the antenna might get broken, but, you know, those antennas are cheap.
Yeah, it has a 90-degree thing. Do you use that for the antenna?
Yeah, because I like having the screen facing me. And actually, the funny thing is, you have to go in the settings and swap the. You got to rotate the screen around so it's actually readable when it's sitting on a table. But yeah, I tend to use a little 90-degree thing, and then that way the antenna's going up, and then all the connectors are on the top. But it all depends on where you put it. As I said, I like being able to see the screen because there is stuff that pops up on there occasionally and let you know what's going on. Most of the time you don't have to look at it, but it is useful if you can look over and be like, oh, okay, that's what it's doing.
Yep, sounds good. Okay, that's all I got. I'll let you go there.
Okay, yeah, well, I also got to put together Ron's, and I have a method that I will try on your two hotspots. So I'm going to set them up so that I can remote into the web interface on them. So that way, if any changes need to be made, I don't have to, especially for you, I don't want to have to drive all the way up to your house to change a setting for you. So once we get it all up and running, I'll be able to remotely manage it here if I need to get in there and change something for you.
Okay, sounds like a good idea. Let's see, how do I want to bring the card to you?
That's a great question because I don't know what I'm doing, and of course we're probably not going to see each other scheduled-wise until the picnic, which is like the end of September at this point. So, but yeah. Well, and I would bring more than just the SD card. I'd bring the whole thing because then I can program it and get it in there and do the basic setup for you. And then there's some stuff that you're going to need to go sign up for depending on what mode you end up wanting to use. YSF is easy. If you want to use D-Star, you got to go register. If you want to use DMR, you need to buy a radio and then register. And of course, this also depends on whatever handheld you end up getting.
Yeah, I was looking at the icons, the two of them you were talking about. Do both of them work with this?
Yes.
But the better one does it Bluetooth. The other one has to have a cable connection?
Well, there's no cables to connect because it's for D-Star. It's all over the air. You just put it on a 70-centimeter simplex frequency, and it talks to the hotspot over the air. The Bluetooth is just for like headphones and stuff like that.
Okay, you mean on the radio, the headphones are for Bluetooth?
Yes, yeah, that's why there's Bluetooth in that radio, so you can hook, there's two things. There's an app on your phone you can use, which is, I don't find very useful, and then you can hook up Bluetooth headphones. That's the only reason to have Bluetooth. For you, basically the difference is going to be the color screen and the size of the screen. That's the two things that you're going to want to look at with the difference between the 50 and the 52. And, you know, do you want to spend an extra $200 for a color screen that's slightly bigger?
Okay, I'll have to think about that. All right, thank you.
Yeah, and I also like, I don't know, the 50... Well, 50 kind of feels kind of small in the hand, but of course that's why I bought it for my wife. I like the slightly bigger radio, but again, it's more expensive.
Yeah, they both use the same batteries too, right?
That is correct. So if you end up getting one and then decide to get the other one later, they share batteries.
Yeah, somewhere I was reading that they say you should get the larger battery also. The one that comes with it's a smaller one.
Well, technically, the one that it comes with it is the medium-sized one. Apparently, when these radios, this battery size first came out, they had an even smaller battery pack, and everyone hated how small it was. So the radios now come with like a medium size, and then they also have the big Chungus one. And yeah, I have one of the big Chungus batteries, and yeah, it really helps with the battery life. So I kind of swap back and forth, you know, depending on my needs. You know, the bigger battery it adds more weight, and it does make the radio more bulky, but you know, if I'm going on a hike or something like that, I always bring the big battery.
Yeah, you didn't ever want to be out and about without any power, huh?
Yeah, fortunately, I mean, as long as you got, you know, a USB cable or, you know, a charger in your car, you know, the nice thing with these things charging over USB is you can charge them almost anywhere. You just got to have the right cables.
Yeah, both radios have the USB charging?
Yes. Yeah, and if you get the 52 Plus, it's got USB-C. You might see some deals for the 52 Non-Plus, and that one uses USB Micro, which, I mean, still works. It's not, the USB-C connector is not any faster well, let me qualify that. USB-C is capable of doing faster charging, but the radios don't implement it. So the USB Micro and the USB-C charge at the exact same rate on the ICOM radios.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know. The Plus is only, what, about another $20 or so more than the regular?
I don't know. I haven't looked at it. I think the Plus was supposed to replace the Non-Plus, but I haven't looked to see if anyone's still selling the Non-Plus. I haven't looked.
Okay. Well, it's probably better to get the Plus, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, the weird thing, because when the Plus when the 52 Plus came out, they also had like a 75th anniversary version that was a limited run, and that all came out at the same time. And then the 52 Non-Plus was technically still on the shelf, and so I don't know what that did to inventory. You'll just have to take a look.
Yeah, I saw that special edition one or something, and I think it was a different color or something too. So anyway, I think they called that a 52E.
Well, the 52E might be the European version. I forget how they designated the anniversary one. But yeah, the anniversary one for a stupid amount of extra money is silver, and then it comes with like a leather holding strap, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not paying for that.
Okay, that's what it was. It was silver. Yeah, it was a different color than the other ones.
Yeah, and I prefer black, so it doesn't really bother me. I tend to not buy the colorful devices.
Yep, that's just if you want to be flashy, then you go for that, I guess.
Right. Yeah. So if we're going to go D-Star, I'll send you the link to the registration website, and you can at least get that started. And then we can at least get it set up and working with your 9700, and then you can go from there. Of course, you probably don't have a vertical hooked up to your 9700, so yeah. But anyways, you'll be able to use it with a handheld around the house. That's one of the nice things about these little hotspots is you leave it inside, connected to your Wi-Fi, and then you can pretty much walk around your house and listen to nets and listen to chatter and or just park it somewhere where there's nobody talking.
Okay, yeah, there's a little bit to think about there. I had a question, then I just forgot it.
And of course, the nice thing is, if you get the 50 or the 52, I will just give you a copy of my program.
Okay, yeah, it's got everything put in it already, huh?
Well, because I already have it set up for my two radios, so I can just give you a copy of my file, and it will probably be 90% of what you're going to want anyways.
Okay. Yeah, doggone, I can't remember what I was wanting to ask you, but it was when you were talking about something that came up.
Oh, was it about the D-Star registration?
Yeah, maybe. And also, what is that about? In other words, to work with D-Star, you're actually telling it where to find you on D-Star?
No, you just have to register your call sign. They just have a system where they want to confirm that you're a real person, and they will add your call sign to the database. And then once your call sign's registered, then you can use it. It's just a little check that they have to keep people from putting random call signs into the system and using them. They do have a little bit of a check to make sure that you're submitting a valid call sign.
Okay, and this works over the internet, I guess, huh?
Yes.
Is it anything similar to Echolink?
Well, Echolink is for connecting to analog systems. D-Star is for connecting to digital systems. But yes, it all involves going over the internet.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. I got so much to learn about this stuff.
But yeah, that's what that hotspot is for. It will bridge between the internet and the digital networks without you having to deal with trying to get into a repeater. And of course, up where you are, there's basically no digital repeaters that you can hit.
Yeah, but we're working on that, right? Going to convince Ken?
Well, there's some other people working on it, so I'm waiting to see what their efforts are going to be.
Yeah, I think Aaron was interested. So was Marcus and you and I, and somebody else too. But I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's hard to convince people. And of course, nowadays there's a bunch of different digital protocols that are all competing. So at least the nice thing with the little hotspot is you can kind of play with them and figure out which ones you like.
Yeah, so I could set it up for Yesu's stuff too, huh?
Yeah. You just need a radio that has System Fusion in it.
Yeah, I don't have that either. So, okay, that sounds interesting. Food for thought.
Yeah, and then Ron bought one of those cheap DMR radios that I told him about, so we're going to get him set up with DMR as well, which, as I said, requires another registration. That one you actually have to go get a copy of your license and upload it to the website. Just to prove that you're a real ham before they approve it.
Okay, and that's for DMR versus D-Star, huh?
Yeah, it's just another digital standard. There's NXDN, there's P25, it's kind of gotten ridiculous. There's at least half a dozen different protocols.
Are they all on different radio brands?
For the most part, there's a little bit of crossover. So DMR is a commercial standard, and so there's a bunch of different, and it's open standard, so there's a ton of different manufacturers on DMR. With Yaesu System Fusion, you have to be on a Yaesu radio because that's a relatively closed system. D-Star is available on ICOM and Kenwood. And then NXDN is another commercial standard, and so you either got to be on a commercial radio that you're repurposing. P25 is another commercial standard that you have to then be on a commercial radio that's repurposed. So yeah, it's a hodgepodge between ham protocols and commercial standards and which ones are, how open they are and what manufacturer is available. But as I said, DMR is the cheapest to get on because you can get a DMR radio for like $90.
Okay. What brand would that be?
TYT, which is a cheap Chinese manufacturer.
Okay. Is that the one you said Ron was looking at?
He already bought one.
Okay. Yeah, I would stay away from the Chinese.
Yeah, well, on DMR, you're either stuck with, well, in this case, it's a cheap Chinese radio that I'm replacing the firmware on, so it doesn't have Chinese firmware on it anymore, but you are buying it from a Chinese manufacturer. The problem is, in the DMR space, most of the other options are not as user-friendly. So it's, yeah, I don't recommend DMR for everybody.
Okay. I think I'll stay with D-Star.
Yep. Yeah, I figure you'll probably be good with D-Star, and then maybe if you get like a Yaesu handheld at some point, then you can play with YSF, and then you'll be good there.
Okay, sounds good. Well, I thank you for all the info here. I better let you go.
Okay, yeah, and I'll send you an email with the website that you need to go sign up on to get registered. I got to go find it real quick. I haven't had to go look at that for a while because I registered on D-Star like over 10 years ago. So we'll get you later. K6USY.
Okay, Aaron, thanks. And no hurry on that. K6USY, KN6SR. 73.